Hi everyone, Nigel here again. Thanks for tuning in. Please like and subscribe, or dislike and tell me why you're disliking. Little review for you today. If you remember, if you saw my video yesterday on the Mark IV Tacom tank, you will see the beginning of that after I've been to the pub and had a few beers. I showed you a kit that I just got in the post that was badly packaged, and here it is. There you go. I'm going to do a review on this now. And talk about the how good this kit is, because it's Wingnut Wings, so it's going to be good, isn't it? As for the packaging, yes, something that always annoys me: sellotape through the packaging onto the box. You know, if this was a collector's kit, which it could well be one day, well, it will be one day, you know, you don't want sellotape ripping the box apart, and that could have easily been the front rather than the back. And if you remember, it wasn't in a cardboard box, and basically the whole thing has been crushed in the middle. Initial inspection, nothing's been broken. You can see the box is crushed there as well, pushed it in the side. Initial inspection, nothing's been broken. But let's have a look. Let's see what's in this box. And here she is. Wingnut Wings, Fokker E.IV. I believe this is early. Kit number is 32029. You get more details about this kit, including a complete downloadable printable set of instructions and all the different options that come. There'll also be coloured photos of the built-up model, built by various modelers from all around the world. And there will be sprue shots and, well, everything you can need really. Their website, I think, as far as a model kit manufacturer goes, showing you what you get in the box and showing you, you know, what the kit is all about. Best in the world by far. Absolutely fantastic. I mean, to give you a fully downloadable set of instructions in full colour, I mean, it's just fantastic. You know, full painting guide and everything. It's amazing. So anyway, enough of my fanboyishness about Wingnut Wings. So yeah, front of the box, you can see we've just been having a dog fight, and the wings broken off of this one here. So yeah, so here are the different options you can get, and if you want to watch this in slow motion, you can see some information about it there. I have had a very quick flick through the instructions. I believe this kit gives you the option to build a prototype aircraft and also just a normal production aircraft. There weren't that many of these made. Planes weren't built that fast in those days. What did amaze me is when I started looking at the specifications, this is lighter. This plane, this aircraft, was actually lighter than a small family hatchback. You know, incredible really. They must have been really small. But anyway, on the other side of the box, we just got all the general sort of English and Japanese and different languages telling you about the fact that it's a choking hazard, and if you stuff the box inside your trousers and then fall over, you might get a hurt area in your genitals. All that sort of rubbish, you know. Anyway, let's get the lid off the box. More of the damage. You can see the actual box is broken from the fantastic packaging that I got. So here we've got the amazing instruction manual. Go through that in a minute. This here, this isn't part of the standard kit. This is part of the kit that I've got. I didn't read it in the eBay ad, but as part of the small print, this guy had added brand new kit, still sealed in the bags, and then in a separate line, except for the cockpit floor, which has been removed and primered in grey. Well, if you look at this, I don't know if the bit's going to see it. I actually removed the primer. Underneath the primer was some brown paint that obviously somebody had done had a go at doing the wood. And underneath the wood was a thick layer of white primer. I can only assume it was Tamiya aerosol. And basically it looks like they've attacked the floor with so I can get in the shadows. The floor has been attacked with a knife or something. I don't know what's going. Maybe they sprayed it with cellulose or something and it attacked it. But yeah, if this was more than a cockpit floor, I would be sending this kit back. But quite honestly, I can't be bothered with the arguments. I had this once before with eBay, bought a kit brand new, and turned out it had been started, but because there were about 15 paints and about 10 brushes in the box and the kit was half price, I just thought I would sod it. It was actually a Trumpeter 1/32 scale Corsair, which was a complete dog of a kit, so it wouldn't have been anywhere. I never even started it. So yeah, there we go, you can see it good there. So it's obviously somebody's attempt at producing wood grain, or they've painted it with something that's attacked the plastic and then scraped it off. So yeah, thanks for that. I'll sort it, no worries. So yeah, other than that, the kit is brand new. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sprues, a sheet of decals, one sprue of clear, and some PE on the back. So let's get this all out of here and have a look. Okay, as usual, we'll start looking at the instruction manual. And just to please me, you know how much I love glossy manuals, because look at that, great. Lighting's a problem. So yeah, I'm going to pick this up so you can have a look at this and then you can read. But as I say, any of this you want to see, you can get this off of the Wingnut Wings website, wingnutwings.com. You can download this complete instruction manual, or just browse it, whatever, if you want to. So, having a look over here, we've got these Wingnut Wings normal style. You've got the danger stuff here. It's telling you to read all the assembly instructions. Kit manufacturers always say read all the instructions before starting assembly, and you kind of think, yeah, right, you know. I've been modelling for 49 years, and I would seriously suggest, I mean certainly I will, you know, have an early night, get a cup of tea, take this to bed, have a read. There's a lot in this book, you'll see in a second. It's not just an instruction manual. I'm sure you've seen Wingnut Wings instructions before. This is not just an instruction manual. This is all your reference. This is a how-to guide. This is all the different options. This is incredible. It's this will be my first Wingnut Wings kit that I build. I've chosen this one because A, it was cheap. B, unbeknownst to me, it's already been started, so that's a big help. You haven't got to, you know, overcome that, oh my god, I'm opening this kit and it'll be a collector's item one day, which is bloody pathetic, but I know. But also, this kit is a monoplane that has a bit of rigging. On that note, let me just look at my computer. If you look at Dave's Model Workshop, he's another channel on eBay, and tomorrow, which will be Friday the 26th of October at, I'm not sure what time, but it's Friday evening, 26th of October, Friday evening UK time. I think it's going to be about 10 PM. He's doing a live rigging demonstration with chat and everything open on this very model. So yeah, it'll be great to see that, and I'll certainly be watching and joining in the chat. You should come along, join in too. Dave's Model Workshop's great site, great guy. Really enjoy watching some of his reviews and builds and stuff. Well, all of them actually. Yeah, so the reason I'm doing this kit, it's a monoplane with quite a bit of rigging. So it'll not only give me an insight into rigging, but it'll give me insight into rigging without the hassle of the biplane rigging. So if I build this kit, I can then move along to a biplane with rigging, having already practiced using the Easy Line and stuff. So I can get over the actual aspect of using Easy Line without the aspect of having to work out, you know, how to keep the top wing separate while you rig and then put it all together afterwards. So yeah, I'm going off the subject now, but that's why I chose this model. And I think this would be a great model as a first timer World War I aircraft. You know, you don't want to be jumping straight into a Gotha or a Felixstowe or something. So so here we go. Anyway, back on the subject. The Wingnut Wings instructions, every single one takes this format. So you get all the wording up here about your health and safety. It tells you how to do the decals, painting and everything. All the different signs they use, images for different things. And then you've got the paint call-outs, and which is bloody wonderful. Tamiya, Humbrol, which are, you know, world, I think they're used everywhere in the world. And then your federal standard. So If you only want to use Vallejo, you can, because you've got the federal standard colours there. If you only want to use guns, you can, because you've got the federal standards. I mean, some of these shades I don't agree with, to be honest. But then, how can you argue with World War One? You know, I know Peter Jackson has just done a fantastic film on that, and he's made all the films sort of coloured and everything. But you know, you sort of look at that, and the Mark IV tanks are green. We always paint our Mark IV tanks brown. So, you know, who knows what colour everything really was. Sprue call out. You can see these darkened areas here. That's all the parts you don't use. So that'll be some nice bits and pieces for the spares box. And also some nice detail pieces if you're doing another kit like a Rodin or an A model or something that, you know, perhaps the details are a bit weak. You might have some spare parts to put on that. So going into step one, and as I said, here you go. You can see, I'm trying to get this gloss off the paper. You can see that the, you know, it's an intense joy to build. It's bloody gorgeous. You know, you've got everything here. The parts you're actually adding are coloured in dark blue. You've got all the different options for colours. And they're even telling you, you know, so you don't make the mistake. You've got E.IV, don't use E.IV. And if you go back here, you will see, here's Sprue A. And I'm guessing that's E.IV. And they're telling you not to use it. So E.IV is going to be on there somewhere, I'm guessing. So yeah, that's there's E.IV there. So that's basically, you know, it's telling you don't use A39, use G9. A39, use G9. So yeah, they're helping you all the way along, and then they've also got these reference photos with a full description of what it is you're looking at. They're picking out the different parts in here that relate to the different plastic kit parts, and, you know, telling you all about the fuel and the wiring and the cables and everything. Then they give you a rigging guide on how to add all the cables and that between the steel frame. Then they show you a full colour image, you know, 3D image of basically what you should end up with and how it should look. You know, it's absolutely incredible. And then moving over here, we've got to remove some raised detail from the fuselage halves, giving you the different colour options for the different options that you choose. And then here, you know, you've got the engine switch that goes on the side, and then there's a whole little dedicated part there to show you the colours to use just to paint the bloody engine switch. You know, and then we've got, while this is a poor quality print, it shows the extended side cowls used on the E.IV prototypes. So we've got the prototype, this is the prototype firewall with an extended, you can see it's longer here than the actual, than the production firewall is. So, you know, if you do option A, you're going to use this one. If you do option B, you're going to do this one. I believe option A even has like a twin row radial engine. We've also got the prototype triple gun setup here, and we get all the guns and the photo etch and everything for doing the barrels. So you know, it's all there. And if you go for this normal option, you're going to end up with a spare gun and photo etch cooling jacket, which is nice. Now then, here's the engine. So this is the 160 horsepower. This is the double row. Are they both double row? Sorry, I thought this engine was the prototype. It's not. There's extra framing because of the prototype bulkhead. That's where I read that. And then again, you see here you've got an actual proper photograph. I mean, you could bloody frame that if they didn't have these numbers on there. You could frame that and stick it on your study wall. It's gorgeous. August 1916. The late style Iser and Kreutz indicating this aircraft could be from the final production batch. You know, it's just absolutely full of it. And then you've got the different cowlings for the different types, and then we're assembling the undercarriage, putting that onto the fuselage, and then again real fuselage, real pictures of the cowling, real pictures of the cockpit. This is some of the rigging down on the bottom on the undercarriage. You know, pictures of the covers for the valve caps, signs that say this is all decals here in these squares, and it's telling you that the you know, this decal says inner, so it's innen, so it shows you the inside of the wheel. They've covered absolutely everything. And then we're adding the wings, more on the wings when we actually look at the parts. And then we've got more decals going on here where the control lines are coming out of the skin of the fuselage. Then we're adding some frames here for the rigging. You've got the rigging that goes over to support the wings. Pulley system here. Again, more real pictures. And then, you know, we've got the propeller going on. More real pictures. Another beautiful image there of an E.IV. That's just got the twin machine guns. Again, beautiful pictures of the undercarriage. Image of the fuel pump, which is here. Fuel pump is driven by a little propeller blade. And then we've got the full rigging diagram. So you can see this kit has got rigging, but it's nothing too complex. It's not over the top. And then more absolutely gorgeous pictures there with the engine running. Man stood at the back, just like we do today with a radio controlled aircraft. Man at the back stopping it flying off. So yeah, and then we get into our different options we can do. We've got option A here, which is the 12215 prototype. Anthony Fokker and Otto Parschau. And there's Otto there, I believe. Here's the beautiful photograph of the engine again. The cockpit's eye view, well, almost the pilot's eye view. Then we got option 2, January 16, Max Immelmann's plane. And there they are together with the aircraft there. And here it is here. With the serial number on the side, 12715. And the exploded bit here. You even get these, see these patches on the decal, on the fuselage here. You get those as decals. Then moving along, more photographs. And then we've got option C, which is Karl Albert Ostreicher and Alfred Penn. And Wilhelm Wierek and Kurt Winkens. Mid-late 1916. This has got this lovely cross on it, so that's quite an interesting image. Also, another thing to note, they've got this fantastic paint finish on the front. It's like a brushed aluminium. And they actually tell you on the Wingnut Wings site how to actually achieve that. It's got on the inside of the cockpit, and it's got it here as well. And it's like that brushed aluminium, turned aluminium, where you get the lines in it, and they actually tell you how to paint it. I've got some ideas how I might do it, and we'll see when I actually build this how it works out. So we've got more photographs here, more options, all again now with this grey with the pretty much the same livery, but you know, the different little touches and stuff on the fuselage there. And then again, another one here. I don't know if that's weathered, that's wet there, I don't know. Another beautiful photograph there. Pilot just getting in or getting out. Another beautiful image there. Straighten those on. You can see the propeller decals there. And then the final photograph here. And then, as you get with all Wingnut Wings, here's the team: Jason, Steve, Richard, and Ronnie. These are the team that actually design and come up with these beautiful kits. And then there we go. On the back there's an ad for some more of their kits and a list of all the sprues you should get. So when you get these kits, it's always best to go through here, make sure it's all there. If you contact Wingnut Wings, they will send you more sprues out. There is a video on YouTube that basically says apparently somebody contacted Wingnut Wings with a missing sprue and they got the money back and another kit. So yeah, I mean that was in the early days. I doubt they do that now. But yeah, apparently their customer service is amazing, and I know I've been speaking to them about getting a spare Deckle set for my Felixstowe, so I can build it as one of the options in the standalone kit. My Felixstowe's in the dualists, and yeah, you know, we can send you that, no problem. Just send us $15 and job done. So yeah, real nice company to deal with. So that's the instructions gone through. I'll get these bags open and we'll look at some of the other parts. Right, let's start off with the Deckle Sheet, which is, as you can see, it's very large. It is 31 by 22 centimeters approximately. It's huge. In the back they've got the photo etch as well. And these are, yep, they're printed by Cartograph, so they are they're going to be perfect. 2013 is quite an old kit now, this one. As you can see, 32029, and across the bottom here you've got all your stencil data. which is lovely, really nice. And then we've got all the different markings for all the different aircraft. This here is all faded. I'm not quite sure why. I have to look deeper. Again, this is what I'm saying with these kits. You need to study the instructions before you start, because there's a lot of there's going to be a certain situation you use these in, like the aircraft at a certain time will have that, whereas when it was new it would have been like that. And it'll be all be in the instructions. And there's those crosses. You can see there's little nicks out of the crosses there for something or other, and you can see it there again in the fin decal. And if you look at this closely, I don't think I'm going to be able to pick this up, but if you look at the area around those white squares on those crosses, I'm not sure if you're going to pick this up. Look at the carrier film on there. There is no carrier film. It must, well, there must be carrier film. It must be less than half a millimeter wide. Absolutely incredible. You know, look at it. You can see it on that fin decal as well. You know, and they're glossy. They're not matte. Apparently, if you're going to use these, if you're building a Wingnut Wings kit, have a look at some reviews and some builds online, because and do your research, because even though they're cartograph decals, I've heard they can react very strangely with decal setting solution. And I seem to remember that somebody said the thing to do with them is put them on, let them start to dry out, and then put your decal setting solution on. I could be wrong, please correct me if I am wrong, because I like using the microsol, the blue and the red, blue first, red after, but apparently you can ruin them doing that. Here's the photo etch brass. I won't get it out of the bag, but you can see there we've got some panels here. I know this panel here isn't used. Sorry, I'm upside down. Yeah, we've got these panels here, which I assume are in the engine bay. This panel here isn't used, and then here we've got the machine gun cooling jackets, and there's another pair of cooling jackets, a harness, some other panels, machine gun aiming sights. That's weird, there's only 2 of those. That's a bit weird. There's 3 machine guns on the prototype version, but we've only got the 4 sights. You'd think there'd be 3 of one type and 2 of the other. Again, in the instructions it'll all be in there. So there's that. This is the floor pan we already looked at. Clear parts, I won't open the bag because I don't want to get scratched, but basically it's just a generic Fokker sprue, I think, with different windscreens. So they're all very, very small. So here we go, this is sprue D. This one must be mirrored because it's got 2 wheels on it. Yeah, it must be mirrored. We've probably got 3 of these because we've got the machine guns. And you can see this is something Wingnut Wings always do. They give you a machine gun here which is fully moulded, and a machine gun here which has the cooling jacket off. So you can choose to use the photo etch or not. So really, really nice. You know, if you're scared of photo etch, don't like photo etch, or not really worried about how accurate the machine guns look, you can just go with that, paint it, weather it, put some you know, put a wash on it, it'll pick out all that, it'll be beautiful. Or if you want to go the whole hog, you don't have to go and buy an aftermarket set for your guns because you've got that there. So yeah, really, really nice. Look at the moulding, those little handles, really, really crisp. Lovely moulding on these wheels. This is the inner side, this is the outer side. That's the valve cover there, the semicircular bit you can see there. Really nice. There's the tyre with the valve. No tyre lettering that I can see. Yes, there is. There's some tyre lettering on there. Can I catch it in the light? Continental, I think it says there. Yeah, you can see that there. So there's that sprue D. This is the bag here that was already opened. So this is sprue B. We got our fuselage halves, and if I just show you this here, this is what Wingnut Wings is all about. Look how crisp and clean that moulding is. And bearing in mind, this came in a box that was crushed because it was poorly packed. Just look at it. It's, you know, it's just so thoughtfully made. I mean, this would be damaged normally. I mean, the effect on that seat, the cushioning and the studding, it's just beautiful. You know, cowling there. Here's where the floor came from. This is the other fuselage side. We can look at the inside of the fuselage, and there's some stitching or something there. There's something there, location for something. And then we only get ejector pin marks where they won't be seen. There's nothing here. There's one there, which I guess that's going to be in front of a bulkhead. So no ejector pin marks where they're going to be seen. The cowling there, which is fairly deep. No real detail inside the cowling, but yeah, really, really nice. Wings. Now this is another thing I love about Wingnut Wings. Look at that. Those wings are not made in top and bottom halves. It's just one piece of plastic. So your two wings are two pieces of plastic, and that's it. Tiny little locations, but I'm sure they'll be absolutely fine. So yeah, really, really nice. I have a couple of sprues in here. This is obviously some optional parts. So this is sprue H here. So yeah, this is going to be for the prototype aircraft. The different framing around the motor, different ammo boxes, different front cowling, different bulkhead, and we've got the cover for the 3 machine guns. So yeah, there's your parts there, and then these are going to be the parts for the standard production model. Looks like that's the stitching along the bottom of the fuselage there. And then we've got these cockpit sides. And look, instead of putting ejector pin marks, they've got little bits of sprue. There's ejector pin tabs that have to be cut off all over it. You know, really, really thoughtfully moulded. And as you say, on both sides, beautifully, cleanly moulded. Absolutely gorgeous. Ejector pin marks there on the back of the engine bulkhead. So yeah, and then the fine detail parts there. There's that engine switch we saw earlier by the look of it. Yeah, really nice. Here's an engine sprue. This is a mirror. We get 2 of these. Let's look at those cooling fins. Yeah, nice. Really, really lovely. Beautiful moulding, lovely bolt detail. I noticed they also give you a wiring diagram in the instructions, so you can wire the engine yourself as well. Wire not included. I think these are the push rods. So, not sure about the actual seams on any of these parts, but they look very, very, very seam free. Just gorgeous. Yes, I'm a fanboy. Yes, I'll be buying more. So there's 2 of those sprues. That's just another sprue D, which is the one we saw earlier with the wheels on. And then finally, what are we on now? 8 minutes and 57 for this one. So hopefully this is under half an hour for you guys. This is sprue A. Now a lot of this, if you remember, we saw these parts here aren't used. A lot of this is unused, so a lot of this is going to be in your spares box. And then you've got another machine gun there, so there's your 3rd machine gun. This is the air intake. I remember seeing that. So yeah, it's saying don't use E.IV. Oh, okay, now I see what it is. E.V is the actual handle of the control column, if you like. E.IV is the control stick you don't use. The control stick you do use will be on sprue G. So yeah, that's what it was saying. So oh, here's some damage from it being crushed. Look, I mean, to get away with just that is very lucky, and I think that part might not be used anyway. So so that's all good news. There's the undercarriage frame there, which is lovely. Those wheel spindles don't look very strong, but apparently Wingnut Wings plastic is unusual in that it's hard enough to have fine detail and not be soft and everything, yet soft enough to be flexible and not be brittle. So yeah, really, really nice. This goes in the floor of the cockpit. I think this is the wing mounting main spar. So if you look at that, that's a bit different than main wing spars of today. I think there's some rope on there, some tie down strings. Again, we got an ejector pin there we have to pop off. But yeah, really, really, really nice. Another fin there. The detail on those guns is nice as well. So there we have it. Oh, there's a little pistol there, look. That's nice, nice touch. So yeah, there we have it. That's Wingnut Wings Fokker E.IV, kit number 32029. You can tell it's a Fokker E.IV because for some reason on that part they've moulded it on. Oh no, it says Fokker E1, E2. Okay, so they do a lot of sprue sharing, Wingnut Wings. People who are into Mark 1, into World War I aircraft, apparently know the sprues for the machine guns that basically come in pretty much every kit. If you buy a German one, you always get the certain machine gun sprue or something. So I've got a lot to learn. So there we go. Thanks for looking. If you like what you've seen, please subscribe. I've got a lot of other builds going on. To give you some idea of timeline, these are the tracks I'm doing for my Takom Mark 4 tank, 1 month build. Yeah, those tracks are absolutely doing my head in. So yeah, this has been a review of this Wingnut Wings Fokker E.IV. I hope you enjoyed. Please like, please subscribe, and keep your eyes open because there will be a build online of this eventually. I've got a lot of other stuff to do first. So thanks for watching, and keep your eyes open for another video.